finisher? This is a game that looks cool on paper and through photos you might see, but ultimately playing the game, we have to talk about this. This is Daymare 1994 Sandcastle. Don't go away. Daymare 1994 is the second game in the Daymare franchise, because Daymare 1998 existed first, and let me tell you, this game was pretty mixed. And while I agree Daymare 1998 had insane jank and absolutely seemed like one of the lowest budget games I've ever played, ultimately I think it had some really good ideas and some charm to its jankiness, which is why I settled on this score. Here you have the opposite. I think Daymare 1994 fixes some of that jank and ultimately trades off all of its soul and character for it. Story is you play as this chick Reyes, and your mission, honestly, on paper, kind of cool. You're going to Area 51, and this is the first seed in the fact that while Daymare 1998, the first game, was definitely more zombie focused, the sequel here, Daymare, like the next game, is definitely more Dead Space alien focused. Not necessarily a bad thing, but let's continue the review. Ultimately, the story is super mid, super average. I super do not care about it. Until about the final third, it started to pick up my attention a little bit more, and I started to pay attention really into how it was going to end. But at the end of the day, honestly, I don't care about any of these characters at all or the story.
Looks like blood.
There's blood
All this
everywhere.
for you. What are you?
Looks like blood. Bro is literally brutally murdered on the ground.
The animations and cutscenes are upgraded from the first game. Not a hard thing to do because it was hilariously, almost comedically bad in the first game. Voice sync to animations with the mouth still way off, but honestly, the cutscenes do look way better here, believe it or not, than Daymare 1998. Even the voice acting here is slightly better. It's kind of a double-edged sword because it's almost as if they didn't have a script. And that's good because it kind of feels more real talk, like it's not scripted. But at times, if you can tell, it's like no one's following anything.
Just get us the hell out of here! Wait, what the fuck is that?
But I want to talk about the gameplay. I want to talk about how this game, Daymare 1994, is soulless, no character. This game is ass. The number one thing Daymare 1994 does good is this: electric-based enemies. Now, here's how to explain it very simple. You kill this alien zombie thing, whatever you want to call whatever this is. After that, what I'm going to call his soul pops out in this electrical sphere, like almost ball lightning sort of thing. It'll float around to the nearest enemy and buff that enemy, or it'll float around to the nearest dead person and just resurrect his body, and you have to kill it again. This brings in scenarios where you have multiple enemies on screen. When you kill someone, you have to kind of wait for his soul to pop up. But if you have other enemies on screen, it's kind of like, which one do I prioritize? Sometimes it's easy to prioritize because there are red enemies here. They are the stronger type. You can only kill these guys if they're completely frozen. Freeze them 100%, knock them out, and then shoot the red ball that comes up. You want to make sure this red soul doesn't, infect anything else, because otherwise another strong guy will come in.
Piece of cake.
So there's some decent strategy involved in killing enemies. And yes, that freeze weapon I mentioned, we gotta talk about the weapons. Freeze gun, pretty cool. Animations are but this freeze thing brings in some problems. So there is no specific ammo for this thing. It's just an equipable thing on your right arm that you can use to freeze enemies with, and then you can use a finisher to completely kill them off. And this thing just passively recharges. So you have an infinite ammo, passively recharging freeze gun that can slow enemies and permanently kill them. Surely that won't result in the player hoarding all other ammo types for bosses. Well, fun fact, there are no bosses in this game. Unless you include the last one, which was kind of ass. Second fun fact, it doesn't even matter. Bar none, the worst item balancing and variety I've ever seen. Not just a couple games ago, I played Wuchang Fallen Feathers, arguably the best item management system I've ever seen. Here, bro, we literally have 4 items to pick up the entire game. Shotgun ammo, SMG ammo, a med kit, what's the other one? And a thing that can instantly recharge your freeze gun to max. That's it. That's literally it. There is nothing else to pick up. In fact, this game was so incredibly easy as well thanks to the freeze gun. I only healed maybe 3 times in this game. I never died. So what did that do? Well, my entire item was just filled with medkits, and I threw out at least 25 medkits this playthrough, just tossing them in the garbage. And if you're really smart, you would have noticed I said shotgun and SMG ammo. The 2 ammo types, as in 2 guns, as in you start the game with 2 guns, and then you end the game with 2 guns. You are not mishearing me. 2 guns this entire game. A dinky SMG and a powerful shotgun. Moving on, we gotta talk about another bad thing. Enemy variety. Reminds me of RE7 level bad. You have the normal guys that you've seen on screen, right? And then you have these guys that can spit at you long range, and you have another enemy type that can teleport around and try to jump you for an insta-kill. When you're entering Area 51, the imagination, creation should be unlimited. You could create anything you wanted. There is nothing to follow. Nobody has the charts as to what's in Area 51, so you can make anything you want. And they came up with 3 enemy types. There was a part in the game where you were going into the depths of Area 51. There was like a city, and there was a school within that city, and the guy that you were communicating with was getting attacked in there. And I was like, wow, I'm going to the school. It looks ominous. It looks cool. There might be like alien zombie-fied kid. Nope, there wasn't.
If there's actually different enemy variety in the elementary school, I will be happy.
Presentation-wise, this game is average. Music-wise, honestly, it's worse than Daymare 1998. There is no save theme. The music can swell at certain specific cutscene moments, but those types of things only happen in 1% of your time playing, so the other 99% kind of ass. And through sound effects and visual design, I think this game can create good atmospheres at times.
I like this atmosphere. Whoa.
Good lighting, and I've seen hate for level design in this game because it's all sort of samey with concrete walls, but I kind of liked it because you're in Area 51, and the core of the gameplay is you just keep going deeper and deeper into this Area 51, discovering cities and stuff. The areas look, to me, kind of cool. Overall impact here, my personal opinion on this game, something that this game does good is the puzzle mechanic. I think one of the most fun puzzle mechanics I've had in gaming. You only get one mechanic through the majority of this game, but it gets harder and harder scaling with difficulty, and I just think, honestly, it's well done. But what good this game does, it just can't save it, man. It just can't save it. This Daymare 1994, to me, is a gutted, soulless game with some downright, completely lazy choices. What happened to the save room? Like, there's not even a save room here. It's just like you save off this box thing. There's no save theme. There's no save room. And get this. This is actually a funny one. Weapon skins. So I did a very hard puzzle, right? I open up this locker, and you only get 3 shots. Like, you can literally not open this locker at all. If you fail 3 times, you'll never open it in the playthrough. I did it. And it was the first one I did. I was like, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? It's a gun!
Baby, this was the first hard locker I've gotten. So what did I get? A new gun? Weapons? No. Skin? Please tell me it's just a cool gun. No, wait. That's just so stupid. That's it. Hexacore. Fucking... I have to get in lighting to see this. It's now a little bit of red and white. Ass.
Yeah, it was just a skin. And, man, sometimes this game just gets predictable.
Oh, we got another one. What will it be? A med kit or a little bit of fucking goddamn fucking... Very hard? This is gonna be some stupid ass shotgun skin, isn't it? Oh god. Okay, I gotta sit up for this. Done deal. What's my reward, man? Wow. Wow, guys. So my shotgun is gonna go from fucking black to fucking red and white, and the fucking front is still black, so...
Daymare 1994 literally has no identity to me. It is as predictable as games come.
Let me guess. More guys spawning in 3, 2, 1.
So what's my closing line for Daymare 1994 Sandcastle? How does one feel when one finishes a game? Do you feel like it was all worth fighting for? Have you found what gives your life meaning? Are you thanking the gods that you picked up this random indie game? Are you anticipating a giant hole in your heart once it's all done? Or are you reacting like I did when I finished Daymare 1994?
If credits roll, I'm mad.
Time is running. If you leave.
So a couple things saved this game from being a literal 1 or 2 out of 10, but this is still one of the lowest scores I've given out of all time. I'm giving Daymare 1994 Sandcastle a 4.4 out of 10. So that's it. I don't know what I'm going to play next. I got to figure out how much time I have until Silent Hill F comes out, because I'm playing that on release day. I'm just going through all the horror games at this point. Time of literally recording this, I think I'm 8 or 9 days out from the release of Silent Hill F. Maybe I'll find a solo game to cram in before I play Silent Hill F, but I want to have a clean slate going into Silent Hill F. For now, I'm your host, Beneath the Mask, and I hope you enjoy this review. Peace out.
Jesus Christ, that's a fast reaction. I wasn't even looking that way.
What is up? I know what you're thinking. You're only here for the bonus Easter egg soundtrack I put in at the end of every video. But did you also know I have a donation page under Buy Me a Coffee? Donate whatever you want to my channel and I'll put half that back to an environmental charity. So that's that. Enjoy the music. Peace out.